Have you ever stopped to think about how one simple misstep could change everything? As we age, the risk of falling becomes a real concern. One wrong move could lead to weeks in the hospital, a painful recovery, or even a loss of independence. But what if I told you there was a way to walk with more confidence, to feel safer on your feet, without the need for expensive equipment or hours spent at the gym? What if the solution was simpler than you think, with just a few small changes you can make today? In this video, we're going to explore 6 practical walking techniques that can help you feel more stable and secure. These methods are based on real-life experiences from seniors across the country, supported by physical therapists and aging experts. They're easy to implement and can make a huge difference in how you feel every day. By the end of this video, you'll not only know these techniques, but you'll also understand how and why they work, whether you're in your 60s, 70s, or beyond, or if you're caring for someone who is. These tips are for you. Stick with us, because these small adjustments could help you feel safer, stronger, and more in control with every step you take. If this sounds like something you need, please hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss out on more tips coming your way. Let's get started. Step 1. Balance with the power of your core. When we think about balance while walking, most of us focus on our legs and feet. But did you know that your core plays a much bigger role in your stability than you might realize? The muscles in your abdomen, lower back, and hips are the foundation for everything that happens in your body when you walk. These muscles act like a support belt, keeping your spine upright and your body steady. And when your core is strong, everything else falls into place. Your posture improves, your legs feel lighter, and your movements become much more controlled. But here's the thing. Many of us don't even realize that as we age, our core muscles tend to weaken. And when that happens, the rest of your body has to work twice as hard to keep you stable. Your legs get tighter, your posture slouches, and walking becomes less fluid and more wobbly. This is when falls often happen, when your body isn't able to keep you upright. Now, I know that strengthening your core might sound like something that requires intense workouts or long hours at the gym, but that's simply not the case. You don't need any special equipment or a lot of time to build a strong, stable core. The key is consistency and small, simple movements that can make a huge difference over time. Let me share a story with you. Mrs. Lillian Aga, 81 years old, started feeling unsteady during her morning walks. She noticed that she was often wobbling, and it made her feel less confident. But instead of giving up or relying on a cane, she took a different approach. Every morning, while waiting for her tea to steep, she practiced a simple core strengthening exercise, lifting one foot just a few inches off the ground and holding for 5 seconds, then switching to the other foot. It might sound small, but this little exercise activated her core, and after a few weeks, she said she felt like she was standing taller, with more control in her steps. Here's a simple exercise you can try at home. Stand near a counter or sturdy chair for support. Lift one foot just a few inches off the ground, hold for 5 seconds, and then switch feet. It's a small movement, but it wakes up your core muscles and trains your brain to focus on balance. You can also practice engaging your core throughout the day, while standing, walking, or even brushing your teeth. Simply pull your belly button in toward your spine for a few seconds. This subtle action activates the right muscles and helps you maintain better posture and stability. The best part is that you don't need to carve out extra time for a workout. Just adding these little moments of core activation into your daily routine can help you feel more grounded and balanced, no matter where you are. The more you practice, the more natural it becomes, and before you know it, your body will feel stronger, your balance will improve, and walking will feel easier and more controlled. So don't wait for a fall to remind you of the importance of your core. Start today with these small steps, and you'll feel the difference. Stronger core, stronger body, stronger you. Step 2. The power of small steps. You might be surprised to hear that the length of your stride has a big impact on your balance, especially as we get older. When we're younger, longer strides might feel natural, and we may even walk faster, thinking it's better for our strength. But as we age, taking those long steps can actually throw off our balance and increase the risk of falling. Why does this happen? When you take a long step, your weight shifts too far forward, and your center of gravity moves out of alignment. This puts unnecessary strain on your hips and knees, making it harder to react quickly if you trip or stumble. Essentially, you're moving too far forward before you've even had a chance to reset and regain your balance. Now, here's the good news. The solution is simpler than you think. Shorter steps are key to staying balanced and steady. By taking smaller, more controlled steps, you keep your weight centered over your feet, allowing your body to maintain stability. It's like building a stronger foundation with every step you take. Let's take a moment to think about how toddlers walk when they're first learning. They don't rush. They take short, cautious steps, keeping their arms out for balance. They're not focused on how fast they can go, they're focused on staying upright. And guess what? That's the same wisdom we can apply as we get older. Stability should always come before speed. I want to share the story of Mr. Franklin, an 80-year-old retired postman who used to walk quickly with long strides. He thought it would help him stay strong. But after a few stumbles, even in places he knew well, he realized something had to change. With the help of a physical therapist, he started shortening his stride. He didn't try to rush or push himself to walk faster. He simply focused on taking smaller, more controlled steps. After making that adjustment, Mr. Franklin stopped falling and even reported feeling less tired at the end of his walks because his muscles weren't constantly compensating for a loss of balance. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Walking slowly sounds boring, right? But I promise you, it's not about moving slower, it's about moving smarter. The key is control. When you shorten your stride, you give yourself more time to react if you slip or trip. You'll feel more stable, and your connection to the ground will feel stronger. Here's a little trick to test how smaller steps work for you. Walk at your normal pace, then count how many steps you take in 10 seconds. Now, try walking with slightly shorter steps and count again. You'll likely find that you take more steps in the same time, and that's a good sign. It means your body is moving more in control with better balance. And if you use a cane or walker, the same principle applies. Keep it close to your body, not too far ahead, and focus on taking small, steady steps. The closer your steps are to your center, the more balanced and in control you'll feel. Step 3. Focus on how your feet touch the ground. You might not give much thought to how your feet make contact with the ground, but the way you step can have a huge impact on your balance and stability. As we age, it's common for people to start walking with flat feet, or even land on their toes, often without realizing it. Unfortunately, this subtle change can actually make us more unstable, increasing the risk of falls. So, what's the ideal way to walk? A healthy step begins with your heel gently touching the ground first. Then, the pressure rolls through the arch of your foot and finishes at the toes, which naturally push you into your next step. This heel-to-toe motion is more than just graceful. It helps absorb shock, keeps your joints aligned, and prevents your toes from catching on uneven surfaces. But as we get older, things can change. Stiff joints, old injuries, or even fear of falling can cause us to avoid landing on our heels. Some people even begin to shuffle their feet as a way to prevent tripping. But the irony is, shuffling actually makes us more prone to falls. Take the story of Leonard, a 74-year-old who loves spending time gardening. After a few near misses on his back porch, Leonard noticed he wasn't lifting his feet properly. He was dragging them along the ground. But with the help of a physical therapist, Leonard worked on retraining his walk, starting each step with a proper heel touch. He began practicing slowly, even holding onto the kitchen counter for support at first. Within just a couple of weeks, something amazing happened. His legs felt stronger, his knees hurt less, and he was walking with more control. He wasn't walking faster, but he was walking more confidently. If you're wondering how to start, here's a simple exercise you can try. Walk barefoot on a towel or soft surface, and really focus on how each part of your foot connects with the ground. Feel your heel touch first, then let the pressure roll through to the arch. And finally, feel your toes push you forward. At first, it may feel a little strange, but the more you practice, the more natural it will become. Your body will start to remember this pattern, and before long, your walking will feel smoother and more controlled. When you land with your heel first, it activates your calf muscles and helps keep your body in sync. Your hips will move more naturally, your legs will work as a team, and you'll feel more stable with each step. If you've ever experienced any discomfort in your knees or hips while walking, this simple shift could make a noticeable difference. By practicing this heel-to-toe walking pattern regularly, you're not just improving your balance, you're also strengthening the muscles that support your entire body. It's a small adjustment, but it can have a big impact on how safe and steady you feel. Step 4. Rediscover the rhythm of your arms. When it comes to balance, we often focus on our legs and feet. But did you know that your arms play a crucial role too? Many of us don't realize just how important the natural swing of our arms is when we walk. When you walk, your arms should move in coordination with your legs. Your left arm swings forward as your right leg moves, and vice versa. This natural rhythm helps keep your body balanced and prevents you from overcompensating with each step. But here's the problem. As we age, we often start to stop using our arms as much while walking. Maybe it's because of shoulder pain, fear of falling, or simply a habit we develop over time. But the truth is, when we don't use our arms, we throw off our walking rhythm, and that makes it harder to maintain balance. Let me tell you about Bernice, a 79-year-old retired teacher who started using a walking cane after a fall. While she was doing her best to stay steady, her therapist noticed something. She wasn't letting her left arm swing. It was stiff, holding on to the cane in a fixed position, and that was affecting her balance. Bernice didn't even realize it at first, but once she started using her arm in sync with her walking, her balance improved significantly. She said it felt like walking was lighter and more natural again. Even with the cane, she felt more like herself. Now, I know many of us, especially as we get older, may have some stiffness or weakness in our arms, and that's okay. The goal isn't to swing your arms wildly, but simply to allow them to move in harmony with your legs. A relaxed, steady arm swing helps keep your body more aligned and less tense. which in turn improves your overall stability. Here's something simple you can try. As you walk, make sure to let your arms swing naturally by your sides. Keep your elbows relaxed and your hands open. No need to exaggerate the movement. Just let it flow naturally. If one of your arms feels weaker or stiffer, don't worry. Just focus on using the other arm more. Even one swinging arm is better than none. And if you're still watching and finding this helpful, I'd love to hear from you. In the comments, let me know which habit resonated with you the most. And don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you won't miss out on more tips that can help you stay steady and strong. Step 5. Your core is your balance. When we talk about walking safely and confidently, it's easy to think only about the strength in our legs or the condition of our joints. But one thing many of us overlook is the power of our core. Your core muscles, which include the muscles in your abdomen, lower back, and hips, are the foundation for balance. They're like a support belt, keeping your spine straight and your body steady while you move. When your core is weak, your entire body has to work harder to keep you stable. This can cause your posture to slump, your legs to become tense, and your walking pattern to become unsteady. A weak core makes you more prone to falls because it's harder for your body to keep its balance when you shift weight, trip, or lose your footing. But here's the good news. You don't need to spend hours at the gym to strengthen your core. In fact, you can build a stronger, more stable core with just a few simple, gentle exercises that you can do at home. These exercises don't require any special equipment and can be done in the comfort of your own space. Let's talk about an easy exercise you can try right now. While standing near a counter or chair for support, lift one foot a few inches off the ground and hold it for 5 seconds. Then switch to the other foot. It's a small movement, but it activates your core and trains your brain to focus on balance. You don't need to hold your foot up for a long time, just enough to feel your core muscles working. Here's another tip. Try tightening your core while walking, or even while doing simple daily activities, like brushing your teeth. Gently pull your belly button in toward your spine and hold for a few seconds. This simple action helps activate the right muscles and improves your posture without anyone even noticing. Let me share a story with you. Mrs. Lillian Aga, who's 81, started doing these simple core exercises each day while waiting for her tea to steep. After just a few weeks, she said she no longer felt wobbly during her morning walks. She felt like her body had remembered how to stand tall again. These small core exercises gave her more control and balance, making her feel more confident and strong. The best part? You don't need to carve out extra time for a workout. Just adding these small, subtle movements into your daily routine can make a world of difference. A stronger core helps you walk with more confidence, reduces your risk of falls, and improves your overall strength. You don't need to be an athlete to have a strong core. This is something everyone can do, and it has a huge impact on how you move through the world. Step 6. Awareness of floor patterns and transitions. One of the most surprising causes of falls in older adults isn't necessarily a loose rug or a missing handrail. It's the moments when your brain doesn't fully register a change in the floor beneath your feet. As we age, our ability to adjust to shifts in the environment, whether that's a change in floor texture or a shift in lighting, slows down just a bit. That means we may not notice a small bump in the floor or a change in the surface underfoot. And that can be all it takes for our balance to slip. Think about transitions between different types of flooring, like when you go from carpet to hardwood. The texture changes, the temperature can feel different, and even the sound of your footsteps changes. If your attention is elsewhere, even for a second, you may step wrong without realizing why. Here's a story to illustrate this. Peter, a 79-year-old widower from Minnesota, almost slipped on a glossy hallway floor one day. After that close call, he decided to start being more mindful of floor transitions. He made it a habit to mentally note the type of surface he was stepping on, whether it was tile, carpet, or a step up onto a different level. At first, it felt a little odd, but after a while, Peter found that it helped him feel more in control and more aware of his surroundings. By consciously preparing for the type of surface underfoot, he was able to adjust his steps accordingly, preventing slips and falls. Another thing to consider is high-shine floors. While they may look beautiful, the reflections from lights can create illusions, making flat surfaces look uneven. If you're wearing bifocals, you may also want to be extra cautious when walking on stairs or curbs, as your lenses can distort your depth perception just enough to throw off your balance. Here's a simple but powerful habit you can adopt. When walking across different surfaces, quietly name them to yourself. For example, say carpet, tile, wood, or even step up before you step onto it. This will help your brain focus on the changes in the environment, preparing your body to make any necessary adjustments. It's like giving yourself a mental cue, helping you stay one step ahead. The more intentional you are about recognizing these transitions, the more your brain will stay alert, and the less likely you'll be to trip or lose your balance. Small shifts in the environment deserve big attention, and with a little extra focus, you can walk with more confidence and fewer worries. As we've explored today, walking with confidence isn't about fancy equipment or strenuous workouts. It's about making small, practical adjustments that can make a huge difference in your safety and well-being. From strengthening your core to paying attention to how your feet land, from taking smaller, more controlled steps to staying aware of your environment. Each step you take with intention brings you closer to greater independence. The beauty of these techniques is that they don't require a lot of time or special tools. They're simple changes, grounded in the wisdom your body already knows. All you have to do is listen to it and practice these habits consistently. Whether it's lifting your chin to look ahead, using your arms to swing in harmony with your legs, or focusing on the type of surface beneath your feet, every little adjustment adds up. I want you to know that you are not fragile. You are adapting. You are learning. And each step forward, no matter how small, is a powerful act of strength. Remember, it's not about walking perfectly. It's about walking with purpose. Each time you practice these techniques, you're strengthening not only your body but also your confidence, and that confidence will carry you further than you might realize. Thank you for joining me today. I'd love to hear from you. Which of these 6 tips spoke to you the most? Is there one you're planning to try tomorrow morning? Let me know in the comments below. Your words might inspire others who are on the same journey. And if you found value in this video, please give it a like, share it with someone who could benefit from it, and don't forget to subscribe for more helpful tips. Together, we can walk this path of strength and wisdom. Take care, and until next time, keep walking with confidence.